What?
Nothing.
I was waiting. No, what? Oh,
I ain't
hello,
doing nothing.
everybody, and welcome to Sunday. Well, we're just having a jolly jape in the chat, guys. A jolly jape in the chat. What have you went? Oh, you fucking bastard! Change my name back again. Change it back again.
Oh, Spanky
Hello,
the Mole.
Stephanie. Hello, Stephanie. And Dots, don't worry, you get a cream for that. I'm sure it'll be fine. You know. So how are you two on this fine Sunday?
I don't know. I'm shocked I fucking woke up, man.
How many energy drinks did you have last night, like?
No, it was one of those little it's supposed to be like energy drink alternatives.
Oh,
You're only supposed to have one. I had 5.
you can overdose on energy drinks.
Well, thank God I'm the size of a small bear.
See that? Have you ever seen that movie? What's it where the bear eats the is it the cocaine? You see you know the one I'm talking about?
Yeah, cocaine bear.
Yeah. I suppose that's the same kind of thing as if bigger people take certain things, they have to take merit to get like a buzz off of something. When you really think about it,
Mm,
you know?
Well, this true story behind that particular bear is that the bear actually died.
Yeah.
Well, he
I've
died
heard
before it
that.
did any real damage.
I heard about that. Yeah. I've heard about
Still,
that. Have you ever seen the news reporter where they're burning all the illegal drugs and the wind starts blowing the that actually happened, guys. A
that
lot of
actually
people think
happens
that's
a
fake.
lot.
Yeah. They think that's actually fake, but it's no, it's actually real. That actually happened to a news reporter.
Oh
Yeah.
no, the fire department's here. If they go for a major drug bust, they go to start burning it all. They're directly downwind, especially if
Yeah.
it's weed.
Yeah. I know someone that works customs and exiles, right? And they were telling me one day, you can how you get a lot of foreigners that come over and they think they can bring all the duty free cigarettes in.
Aye.
And there was this one woman, and she was in her 60s, and she had 6 suitcases, right? Every one of these suitcases was full to the neck with Camel cigarettes. And I
Alright.
mean, full to the neck. They tame them and put them straight into an incinerator and let her keep one carton.
Mm.
This shows
You
you the
know,
tax man, you know?
I know. Is it? You know, it's funny what people think they can get away with in airports these days. 'Cause here in Idaho, we have permitless concealed carry, meaning that you don't need to get a
Mhm.
permit to be able to carry a handgun. So all these people keep thinking that they can take their gun to the airport.
See, I've heard about that. I mean,
Oh,
you get in a lot of trouble for
oh yeah. I
that.
think
Yeah, I
the
mean, that's
Boise airport says there's at least one bust a week because some idiot tried to take a gun on the plane.
so there you go, ladies and gentlemen. The next time you're going to the airport, don't be taking your small Glock with you. Anyway, let's see who's all in the chat. We've got Emerald Dials Paranormal. We've got Louise. We've got Stephanie. We've got Lawrence. We've got Dots with cream problem. Eh, I'm sorry, Dots. You
Oh
can get
God.
me back at a UFO event if you ever meet me.
What that would require you actually getting out the door.
Hey, I'll have you know I filled in my passport form thingy, my bobber. Only
Oh
taking
yeah.
like 5 pages. You have to go for an interview now in the UK. You have to go in for an interview
Oh,
to
that
say that
reminds me.
you're
I gotta
really
get
like.
mine renewed.
I think it's easier to renew them, but when I've never had a passport, so
Eh.
you know, I've only been to
Nah,
Ireland once, and it was Northern Ireland that I've been to, and it was in the Sea Cat, and that was an experience.
not only parts of Ireland I ever been were Dublin, then straight to Belfast.
Sorry, I missed you. Galactic Stardust, welcome. Welcome. Never seen you there at the last second. Why did he disappear there? He was there and then he just disappeared. That's weird, that. How come what channel's Galactic Stardust on? Because he's no
I
in the main
think they
Baldy Bunker
usually
site.
watch us from the main one.
I don't see him in the main one. Strange that, innit?
I wish they could give us some sort of indicator of which channel they were
Oh,
watching
I
us
know.
from. You know.
What's that? What's Jenny saying? It's getting there, Lulu. Plus, changing my own music hard on the. See, They're talking away there. They're talking about music, you know?
Well, they're talking about the new intro for their Paranormal Uncut and Galactic Stardust. We stream out to like 5 different YouTube channels.
So there you go. Are you on
You
the
got
Galactic
backups of the
Stardust? Are you on the
backups.
main Bald Bonkers website one where there's like only one? Well, there's like 10 people, or are you in like the archives one where there's only like one person and that's you? I would need to go and look.
See,
You know?
yeah. It's like part of our plan to make sure that we can't be taken down is to stream it to as many different platforms as possible. So
Yeah.
they're gonna have to put it in an effort if they try to shut us down.
Mm. So here a question for you. What's in the new? I hear there's a lot. I never watched it last night, but there's meant to be a lot more stuff getting released with that Dr. Stephen Greer and stuff,
Yeah,
UFO
that's what
stuff
I keep
coming for the
hearing.
Senate. What has been getting released? Because I've not been following it lately.
Well, they're cherry picking what they decide to put up. But there was one senator, can't remember her name, that ironically said that some of those senators are starting to get men in blacked.
See, that's
Her words.
see, who are the men in black? Right. Here a question for you. Who are the men in black? Do they work for like the extraterrestrials, or do they work as a, their own kind of entity?
Some are ET, some are human, some are hybrids.
But what I understanding was that the greys and stuff like that were on Earth doing their things aren't here anymore. So who's controlling the men in black if it's controlled by?
These are likely the human ones.
So the ones that are still in power, trying to grasp onto power.
Yeah.
See, it's interesting because it makes you wonder if that how they make their money. Do you think it's like the movie where they maybe take like they maybe get like some type of like technology, then try and pawn it off as like technology at like companies and stuff? That's how they make their money.
You're talking about Men in Black 3, where they said the Viagra
Yeah,
came out with a
that was
revolutionary new
quite fun.
pill.
It's quite. I must admit, the Men in Black movies are funny. I must admit one, but it makes you wonder where we've got all this technology for.
Well,
Yeah, I mean,
a lot of those operations, you hear all these different conspiracy groups saying, oh, the CIA has ties in with Netflix and this and that. No, there's actual truth to it. They actually establish businesses, some legitimate, some not so much, in order to
I've
bring in
heard
their
that.
funds. It no, this is actual CIA
Mhm.
that's putting this out. That, oh yeah, we have businesses all over the place.
See, that's interesting. That I mean, I've heard the see that film that came out on Netflix. I can't remember its name. It's like a virus hits all the internet is doing. What's it called? Is it When the World Ends, or what is it? What's it called again?
Was
I
it? Are
watched
you
that.
talking about the one that the Obamas were
Aye, the
producers on?
Obama one. Right, the
Yeah.
Obama one.
Okay.
Did you know that there's a secret frequency hidden in that?
Yeah.
Why? Is it because people have actually
Realism.
figured this out? Maybe it's realism, aye, but then again, it makes you wonder if there's a hidden agenda between this. I mean, you look at the now what's happening in Europe the now, because the news industry in the UK saying we're going to war and all that kind of stuff. Oh, war's coming, war's coming, war's coming. That's what they're putting out on the TV here is we're going to war with Russia, right? That's all they keep putting out the now. Back in folk that's staying like Poland and stuff like that, and they say it's kind of all right. When it's like, and it's like George Orwell 1984. I mean, it's like propaganda. They're trying to like brainwash the civilization. Okay, I mean the people of the country.
Well, you got to take into consideration, say, the average daily routine. You know, people, they're getting up, they're getting ready for work, they're getting their breakfast. They're in that primal state of mind where they're just trying to, get themselves food, water, stuff like that. That hunter instinct. That is
Mhm,
also a state of mind that we're at our most influenced. We can be the most
mhm.
easily deterred, easily programmed. And they know that. That's why you have subliminal messaging in food products. There's also
Mhm.
in morning news broadcasts, stuff like that. There's
Mhm.
actual psychology behind all of this.
See, I've noticed that. I've noticed with certain programs on TV. Now, I had, I try, I fit and I watch now. I try not to watch the adverts. I hate it. I'll actually record it, then I'll fast forward through it because there's so much stuff there drawing you in. Do you get me?
Mm-hmm.
There's so much symbolism. I mean, oh my God! See if you like, for instance, see if you it was somebody told me, says, "So have you ever watched the kids programs?" I flicked onto it. It was a Disney Channel. I flicked onto it and I was like, "Oh my God! See the symbolism. I can't. You can't. Once you see it, you can't don't see it anymore.
Yeah,
Get what I mean?
especially with
Once
Disney.
you see it, especially with Disney. I mean, once you see it, it's like." Tell you what, I watched a movie last night, Asteroid City. You kind of what I'm talking about,
Mm-hmm.
and it's got quite a lot of prominent actors. We've got what's his name, Forrest Gump, and what's his name,
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks, and we've got all the kind of top actors in it. But see the amount of symbolism that was in it. It's like it's once you see it and somebody shows you the symbolism and what to look for. That's it. You can't watch anything again. You can't. It doesn't
Mm-hmm.
matter what it is. You will see it there. It's like you ever seen that video on the internet? It's called "I Pet Goat." You kind of what I'm talking about.
I
I
Pet
Pet.
Goat.
Oh come on! You've never watched "I Pet Goat"? That's food. It's telling you what the future. This was put out years ago. Dots, help me out here. "I Pet Goat." It's well known. It shows you things that has actually came true since it's come out. It came out, and then like maybe 6 years later, these things happened.
Mm.
Just really quickly, guys, just type in "iPet Goat," right? And
Yeah.
there's an "iPet Goat 2," but it's not as good as the first one. And it shows you where was that? Was it what's the name of that place? What was the church in Europe that burnt to the ground? Was it Prague?
No, wasn't it Notre Dame?
Was it Notre Dame?
Yeah.
That "iPet Goat" years before that burnt down showed it getting burnt down.
Is that where?
It's
God,
like an
I
animation.
remember
It's
there was this
Jesus on
anime.
a boat and it's going
No,
slow.
I was about to say you show now that you're talking about it more. You showed me that shortly after we first met. Now that I remember.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
It's everything. It starts off with like a boat. You need to watch it, guys. But here's a tip: watch it in reverse. Because see, if you watch it in reverse, there's a lot more things that you miss that you see. And it starts off with like it's all animated. It's all an animation, right? And it starts off with a boat, and like Jesus is like crucified on the boat, and it's moving slowly. But that's not what you focus on. You focus on what's happening round about you, and it shows you the Prague Towers burning to the ground. It shows you the Twin Towers coming down. It shows you like Egypt and wars and things that's coming, and it also shows you things about China. And it also shows you things about Russia,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of that stuff's came true.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same kind of style. Denver International Airport. See the drawings in Denver International Airport. It's in the
Yep.
same style as the drawings, the animation,
Mm-hmm.
right? And it's
Yep.
It's freaky. It is freaky. You need to look that up. I Pet Goat. There's loads of the ones out there. Just watch it. It's everywhere. I think it's got something like 10 million views or something like that on YouTube. There's
Yeah.
dots. We are all AI controlled from birth. That's so hard to get over, but when you
We
wake
are
up, he's
all
right.
conditioned from birth. Nothing about
Yeah.
AI in that sentence.
Oh, sorry, my head's going to say the night. But anyway, look, I wouldn't say we're all controlled. I would say there was like until a certain point where history started to change. Would you know say?
You know, you see this with a lot of Robert Kennedy's campaign material.
Hmm. Aye,
That
it was for
when his
them.
uncle was in office, all these different allergies, chronic illnesses, all that were at an all-time low. Then something about after Kennedy was shot, something changed. You see people getting fatter, less get nowhere
Hmm.
near as active. All these chronic illnesses are on skyrocketing, and nobody's asking any questions.
Well, you think about it, right? If we go back to, let's say, 1950s United States, right? This is the golden years starting, right? It's after the war, the boom's starting. People are using plastic like it's going out of fashion. They think it's the
Mm-hmm.
greatest thing since anything. They think plastic, you can do anything with plastic, right? But obviously now it's one of the most toxic substance on the earth, and it takes ages to get rid of. That's when they started using loads of and you'll notice this, it was from the 1950s onwards, they started using additives. All these
Mm-hmm.
weird additives were getting invented. They were getting, people used to have milkshakes, right? I can mind my mum and all that talking about how they used to go to the milk bar and stuff like that. But then it changed in the early 60s. They started to use powdered forms of milk where they just added water.
Mm-hmm.
And it was, if you read the ingredients, the old stuff would say strawberry milk. And then the new one was like, oh my God, it was like, E this, E that, E this, E that. And Emerald Isles Paranormal, thank you very much for becoming a member. But everything changed. It was like sweets.
Mm-hmm.
It was like this sweeteners. And I'm going to say this to now. What is it? Is it aspartame? Is it aspartame's one of them?
Aspartame. Oh yeah.
And we also know too about the Pepsi, what you call it, the dye they use in Pepsi.
Yeah,
I'm
Rip
not
40.
saying that Pepsi. I mean, I used to be a big Pepsi drinker. I used to drink normal Pepsi, and it was great stuff. I'm going to say that now. But see, now I'm lucky if I have a can of Coca Cola once a month,
Yeah.
because you have to watch, because even with the diet stuff, I know people out there that drink. See the big bottles, they like Pepsi Max. You know the ones I'm talking about. They go through
Aye.
2 of them a day. They drink it like it's water. And I'm like, oh, but there's no sugar in it. They'll tell me, I says, aye, but there's aspartame in it. Oh, but that's fine. And I said, no, it's no. It's no.
No. No.
And
No.
you think about it, they're drinking out of plastic, too. That plastic is leaching. You don't know how long that bottle sat in a warehouse.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it. And the chemicals in the plastics leached into the. You notice they get rid of the glass bottles very quickly. I mean, you can still get them, but they're more expensive.
Yeah, but even then, the glass bottles are infused with some form of plastic to make them more durable, or at least
Yeah.
that's what they say. Keep them from breaking over somebody's head.
I mean, right, let's take McDonald's. You ever seen the film The Founder?
Oh,
Right, let's. You ever seen the film The Founder?
the founder.
The Founder.
I never.
It's about how McDonald's came about. It was two brothers. It was two brothers that invented McDonald's, and this guy came in. He was a salesman. They tuned it over, and he started to cut corners. He started to buy like for instance the milkshakes at powder form. They could make it instead of using fresh milk, they were just adding water. But this stuff had everything in it. I mean, if McDonald's is watching the news, but we serve salads and stuff like that and all these kind of things. No, your fries, come on, seriously. You know about their fries, didn't you? About how they.
Yeah, they may taste funny, but they last forever.
I mean, that isn't a joke. They last forever. I I hoovered out a car. I bought a car once, and I found a McDonald's wrapper. Again, it holds the fries under the seat, and it must have been 10 years old, and it still had fries in it. They looked perfectly fine.
Mm-hmm.
They looked perfectly fine. That's the
Yeah.
chemicals that's in them, which sat there for Emerald Isles Paranormal Research became a member. Louise, what's this one? They
Louise
noticed,
posted they noticed builders were having weight issues and developing breast tissue. Estrogens were found in the cling film. They noticed it because their sandwiches were wrapped in them. Scary. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
See, I mean, long ago, if you to go back to like, the 1900s or the 1800s, food was all right for you then. But um, there was a lot of people who used a lot of chemicals. I mean, they used lead.
Yeah.
What was it was prevalent in wallpaper? Was it mercury? What was oh no, it's arsenic, sorry. Arsenic was prevalent
Arsenics.
in was prevalent in wallpaper. See like the Victorian wallpaper, the nice green colour.
Yeah.
It had arsenic in it because it came out a nice green. They used arsenic and there were people were getting unwell and dying because of the wallpaper. They were touching it and then they were licking their fingers and stuff like that when they were eating their dinner. And they were
Mhm.
dying. And what was it? Was it the Mad Hatters? What was that? What
Yeah,
metal was
that was
that?
mercury.
Yeah.
But the nice
Yeah.
shine in the hats can also cause psychosis.
Yeah. I mean, the Romans actually used, and I didn't ken this until a couple of weeks ago when I was watching a program. The Romans actually used lead pipes for their water. But do you know
Hmm.
how they made it safe? Do you know how they made it safe? And it's ingenious. It's actually ingenious. They would make their pipes out of lead, and then they would deliberately run water through it that's got like high in elements, like maybe like chalk and really high in elements, and it would coat the inside of the pipe. So they would do that, and then it would cause like a layer to protect them for the lead, which is
Yeah. You got
basically
to,
really clever.
going
You know,
back to the Romans, you got to wonder where the hell did that intelligence go? You know?
they invented the toilets. They invented a lot of stuff.
Exactly. Where did that intelligence go? Some
Died out then,
sources even
probably.
claim that, like, ancient cultures, the Mayans, the Greeks, they had their own fucking space programs back then.
Yeah. I mean, let's
Where did
face it.
that intelligence go?
Look at the people that. I mean, if you
I
really
mean,
want to look at this, look at the people that built the pyramids. How accurate they got them with the stars.
oh,
I
yeah.
mean, even to do that today would be ridiculously hard.
I know. I mean, Lawrence posted something. The UK police sweet for started seizing sweet products in small shops because they've been made in the US and don't meet European Union standards. I've noticed
Yeah,
that while I was over there.
Skittles.
Oh, yeah.
I'm only going to say one word: Skittles. You came what I'm talking about.
Hey,
We meet the rainbow. The ones in the United States are totally different for the ones in the United Kingdom.
a
They've
lot of the
got like an
food
ad.
is very different.
Yeah, yeah. I'm going to say this. I go to a shop called B&M's, right? And it's like a lot of it's like American import stuff. I don't eat it anymore. And when I found out what was in it, I was like, oh my God, I'm never touching this again. You know how you get Lucky Charms? You know how you get the cereal Lucky Charms?
Hey.
See the wee marshmallows, which
Mm-hmm.
are irresistible. You sit for ages like picking them all out to eat them. There's actually the same stuff in that as they use in Weedle.
You know, they say if you got an ant problem, one thing you can do is just leave a pile of Lucky Charms out
Lucky
somewhere
Charms.
because the same chemical that is in Lucky Charms is very similar. It's not exactly the same thing, but it's very similar to a hormone that ants secrete when they're dying.
Yeah,
And even if, say, like they're trying to carry away the dead and dying ants, and one of them accidentally gets this chemical on them, that old ant will
yeah,
think it's the living dead and just stay
yeah.
in whatever graveyard they've designated.
Everybody thinks that this new age that we're living in quite a good age where the food's actually good for you and stuff. It's
Mm,
totally wrong. They're totally wrong. Anybody that says that, they're idiots. They're totally, absolutely. I learned something the other day there, and I was shocked. And it was a farmer that told me. You'll look at it about right. You ever go into the supermarket and you'll see the wee baby carrots,
yeah, eh?
right? Would you say they grew them like that, then picked them, washed them, chopped them, and then put them in a bag like that?
Nope.
No. This is what people don't realize. They come for big carrots.
Mm-hmm.
They take a big carrot, they cut it in half, and then they file it down to a wee baby carrot and then pop it in a bag.
Mm-hmm.
Your baby carrots don't grow like that. They don't. And if you ever taste it, I've tasted ones with bags, they taste weird. They taste like they've been washed in bleach.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, farmer was telling me all about stuff, and he was telling me about the meat industry too. And I look at the meat, but I'm lucky where the meat comes from round about here. It comes from like kind of like free range farms and stuff like that, and it's good. But he was telling me about the chemicals some farms are using, the antibiotics.
Mm-hmm.
And oh my god, see some of these like in Texas, for instance, the big massive farms where they keep all the cows
Yep.
and the cattle, they're pumped through, and I mean they're pumped through antibiotics. It's in their
Mm-hmm.
food, right? And it's not just that, it's other chemicals too. And then that cow gets slaughtered, and then it gets chopped up, and then a human eats it. You're ingesting those chemicals that because look, I'm no vegan, right? I see what the vegans are saying, right? But I'm always, if the cow's had a good life, wandered about a field, it's had a really good life, and then it's been taken to slaughter, and the meat's good for you, right? But when it's mass produced in that scale, I think it's totally wrong. That is totally wrong.
Oh yeah, because in order to maintain the standards and output of something that's mass produced like that, you got to cut some corners.
No, no. It's the same in the dairy industry too. It's the same with the milk. I
Yeah.
mean, people don't realize that the milk has got chemicals in it.
Mm-hmm.
Some farmers that do the free range cows will wander about a nice green pasture all day, nibbling away at the grass. But some cows are like locked up nearly all the time at eating like food that's fed to them. And that food that's fed to them has God knows what's in it. God knows what's in it.
Mm-hmm.
Then that cow's get the milk. The milk's getting pasteurized, then it's put into a jug. You're buying the jug, you're drinking that, and then lo and behold, you get cancer when you're in your 60s or whatever. And then you wonder why. And you've led a good life and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Yeah. You can't trust anything now.
Yeah.
Even some of the free oh my god. Talking about that, I seen ham. I bought ham the other day and it was smoked ham, again, bacon.
Oh yeah.
And it said in the packaging, it said 85% water. Oh, what? And it's true. That's what they do. It's like they pump it through water and God knows what. And then the food enhancers, see the amount of this was out of Morrison's. It was through, what do you call it? Taste enhancers to
Mm-hmm.
make it was this, it said it was smoked ham, right? There was no bits of smoke that went near it, I can tell you that right now. All the smoky taste that I had off of that was chemicals.
Yep.
And then they wonder why there's so much cancer.
People don't realize every bit of food, every bit of fruit, everything you think that is supposed to be healthy for you. And this is going out to the vegans too, because they're just as much affected by all
Oh,
this.
yeah.
Every fruit, every vegetable has been overproduced, overfarmed to the point where, say, 50 years ago, almost 70 years ago, back in the 1950s, you had the saying, an apple a day keeps the doctor away.
Yeah.
But in order to get the same level of nutrients today as apples back then had, you need to be eating about 50 of them a day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just to give you a rough ballpark of what we're talking about.
I get showed the other I get showed it and I didn't believe it, and then I went and did it myself and I was shocked. I bought some apples, Granny Smith apples. You ever had Granny Smith ones, green ones?
Right?
And I ran it under the tap and all this weird I put it in hot water just to see what would happen. And the water went all you in weird multicolored
It's
way.
wax.
It's
Yeah.
wax. But what's inside that wax? It's no normal
Wa-
beeswax. It's like manufactured wax with God knows what in it.
Exactly. The wax is supposed to help it during transit, keep bugs off of it and stuff like that.
Yeah. And there's lawns there too. They add water for weight. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
it, it's, I mean, it is comical what they actually do to food when you really think about it. I was shown this, and this is actually a fact. Have you ever seen the cheap meat like steaks? And you think to
Mm-hmm.
yourself, well, that's a nice looking steak. That I could have that. Do you get what that is? It's really clever what they do is they take all the scraps and they chop it all up, right? And then they add this meat. Oh, what's it called? It's got a name, convulsifier or something like that. It's a meat visor, and they add this powder, right? And it turns it into a solid bit of meat.
Mm-hmm.
But it's full of chemicals. It's full of taste enhancers. It's full of salt. It's full of all these things, and you can tell meat that's like it when you taste it. You can tell it's got a kind of rubbery kind of texture to it.
Mm-hmm.
Right, because I had it once. I was like, somebody says, "Oh, I got these steaks for £3 each," and I'm like, £3 for a steak? I'll give me one of them at the barbecue, and I was like, half an hour later, I was still chewing away. Yeah, I mean, it was like, whereas real meat that's had like farms where they've roamed the hills and stuff just melts in your mouth kind of thing. What's that Emerald Isles Paranormal says there? They shine the apples to preserve them and make them look more appealing. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's, they're
It's
doing
all
it to a
about
thing
making
now.
it look pretty.
Aye. It's so a bit. I don't get it, right? When I was a wee boy, right, we used to get the farmers market and stuff like that and other kind of stuff. We get carrots that were misshaped. It's still exactly the same thing, but people will not buy misshaped carrots.
Oh, I
I
know.
mean, it's weird. It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
People are so
Oh,
fucking vain these days, though. They want it to look pretty. They want it to look this way. They want it to look that way. I'm sorry. Well, let's just look. This is probably bad segue considering we're talking about football. Let's just look at
yeah.
most dog breeds nowadays. All of these
Yeah.
fancy, all of these high-end, fancy bred dogs. Look at the number of fucking issues those dogs have. Whereas a
Yeah.
random stray off the road can just take about just about anything. They could eat chocolate and still live a full life.
I mean, I will say this: there is some weird looking dogs out there. What are they dogs called, Jenny? Though, if you're in the chat, Emerald Isles there. What are they? What are they ones with their face look like they've been hit in the face with like a frying pan? Is it boxer dogs?
Pugs, bulldogs.
Pugs and bulldogs, right? They were bred that way, but it actually causes
Yeah.
problems. It causes
And they had to
breathing
get
problems for
surgery
them.
just so they could fucking breathe.
Yeah. Emerald Isles, don't get me started. The dog breeds. Oh God, but
I
it's
figured
true.
Jenny was going to get riled up on that one.
There's Jenny there. Pub boxer British for shelf. What was it? Oh, I'm reading different chats here. Good God, man, go slow down with the chat. Pug boxer British bulldogs.
Yeah, I
Aye,
wish it would just bring it up
aye.
all on its own, you know?
But it's man has interfered with nature far too much. There has.
Exactly.
They have. I mean, let's look at Dolly the sheep, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the Chinese are cloning animals left, right, and center.
Oh, yeah.
I
China
mean,
has a
they're cloning
service.
pets.
I was about to say, China has a service that allows you to clone your pets.
When does it stop? When do they start cloning humans?
Who's to say they aren't already? They just say China
Hmm.
already beat us to super soldiers.
Yeah. I mean, we don't know what's happening in secret underground bunkers or secret places in the world. There could be clones walking among us. We don't know. It's
Mm,
not just that. It's have you seen the fake fish? Have you seen the fake fish that's going around? It's
fake fish.
aye. Did you look it up on YouTube, guys?
Huh.
Fake fish. You kind of you get haddock, which is quite a prominent, or I think it's pollock's quite a prominent
Mm-hmm.
fish. It's fake. It's made of plastic. And seemingly it's happened. I know somebody that works in the food industry, and they've came across it a few times. Really cheap fish. It looks exactly like fish. It tastes like fish, but it's plastic. It's madness because
And they
it's
wonder
because
why
they
plastic's
try and
been
stop it.
found in the human bloodstream.
Aye, and they've tried to stop it, like the border agencies and the people, the government, and that they've tried to stop it, but there's not much yet getting in. It's horrendous.
But the thing is, when it comes to these types of operations, these people that are running these shops, these things, they're not dumb. They know to research that thing in and out. They have, I mean, look at just how, going back to Disney, look at how much Disney has managed to lobby for its own interests. All
Aye.
these different companies do the same exact thing to let them fly under the radar. It happens
Yeah.
all the fucking time.
Disney, I can't even watch Disney cartoons, even the old cartoons, because the amount of symbolism that's in them.
God.
Yeah. It's the food industry's. I'm very careful what I buy now. I do buy frozen stuff now and again. I'll buy like a frozen pizza and stuff like that. I can't help it. But the EU have started grinding up mealworm and putting it into food.
Yep.
And they've been doing this in the country now. So people of the Ireland and the UK, you could be eating some mealworm
Mm-hmm.
bugs,
It's
basically.
the bugs.
I mean, I've got a bag Chris earlier. I got them a couple of days ago. I've not had a chance to nibble them yet. And they're kind of like alien space raiders, they're called, right? Pickled onion ones. And I don't often have them. I thought I'll get them for a bag for a treat. And then I read the back of it, and it was, oh my god, it was E563, E1314, E160, and it was corn. And I was like, holy shit.
I was like, for fuck's sake. I would say, you feel like you would need a chemistry degree in order to do that, but even the fucking chemists are like, that's not good. That's not, I don't even know what the fuck that is.
See, now in the food industry now, there's a lot of chemicals in it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've had people give me meat straight for the farm, right? You're not really meant to do that per se, because people say, "Oh, you get disease. Oh, it's not like food quarantine."
Yeah.
But that's just their ruling because they want you to eat all these chemicals and stuff like that. And I'll tell you something, it tastes totally different. It tastes
Oh, yeah.
totally. It's again, this has got to sound weird. Have you ever tasted milk for like a free range cow that's not been pasteurized?
Mm-hmm.
It honestly, guys, it tastes totally different. It's like, oh my god, what the hell's name is this? I remember when I was at the school, I remember they used to give us milk, right? It came in a glass bottle, and it used to be frozen at the top in the winter time. That's how far back we're going here.
Yeah, way back.
Way back in 1980. Well, I went to school in 1980, about 1985, 1986, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the milk tasted good. It tasted good. See now, milk, even like Cravendale, that's been like filtered milk and that, it's got a weird taste to it.
Mm-hmm.
I've tasted organic milk straight for the farm, and it's like, oh my god, it tastes totally
Mm-hmm.
different. But I wish Pete was in here actually, because he kens all about the kind of fertilizers and stuff like that. I mean, that's another thing that people don't talk about that should talk about. See, because we've grew that much stuff now, we are dependent on fertilizers.
Oh, yeah.
We've taken all the nutrients out the ground. That's why we need to keep using fertilizers. What's that? Lawrence saying, go to your local butcher shop and veg shop. Don't buy the supermarket stuff. Exactly, that's what we do. Emerald Isles Paranormal. What's the story with the strawberry milk vanilla? What's that? Vanilla. I don't mind. It depends what kind you have. It depends
Depends
where
on
you
who
get
you
it
get it
from.
from. And you also got to take into consideration. They say if you were to, research back all these different companies, who owns them, all that fun stuff, you can trace all these different companies to having ownership to 3 major corporations:
Yeah.
BlackRock, Vanguard, and there's one other one that keeps escaping me.
Oh, I
And
kind of
they
one you're
hold
talking about.
shares all in each other. Almost like 95% of the world is run by 3 major corporations.
Mhm. Mhm.
I think it's even higher than that. They'll say that most of the housing is going to be bought out by BlackRock, Vanguard. Why do you think Robert Kennedy was denied Secret Service protection?
Exactly. Best milkshake I ever had, right? And it was a strawberry one. Somebody tamed strawberries, freshly grown strawberries, right? And freeze dried them.
Mm-hmm.
And then they powdered them, right? And then they added it to whole milk, free range milk. And it was the most tastiest thing I've ever tasted in my life.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same with chocolate. But
Yeah, no. All these flavor enhancers are simply there to try to replicate
I
the
tell you
original
what,
flavor.
I bought a packet of chocolate the other day, right? Where are we? Right. It was two. It was. I bought this the other day, right? I don't know if you Hershey's,
Right?
right? I bought this the other day. Hershey's cookie cream and salted caramel, right?
Ooh,
Everybody in the
that's a
chat will
good
be
one.
like, "Ooh, I bet that tastes nice." Have
That's
you
a good
ever?
one.
Have you read what's inside it? I'm like, sweet Jesus and all that's holy. I mean,
Some days,
it's the,
Chris, some of us would just like to, live in blind and just
I mean,
enjoy life.
I know what you're saying, right? I know what you're saying,
But come
right?
on, read us the
Right,
storybook.
right. Come on, it's got sugar, vegetable oils, palm extract. I mean, why? It's got sunflower oil, skimmed milk, powder, corn syrup, right? Lactose. Jesus Christ. Wheat flour, frotacine syrup, whatever that is. And then it's got the whole type. For fuck's sake, I can't pronounce this. I look. See, I'm a Scottish accent here. Emulsifiers, right? Emulsifiers. I say that. Right, but just listen. It's got soya. It's got cornstarch. Fuck me. And it's got salt, rising agent, sodium bicarbonate, E73965, whatever that is, E4442. Come on, it's white chocolate and cookies and cream.
Hey,
Come on, seriously. It smells good, by the way.
hey.
Coach one will come through the new and grab it and slap me across the head on the way back.
No, being that all the Easter candy right now is like I keep eyeballing all the Reese's eggs.
Yeah.
I love my
I,
Reese's. I love Reese's.
I'm going to say this now. I'm allergic to Reese's. I can't eat Reese's. I get violently sick if I eat a Reese.
I think you were the very first person I've ever heard say that.
No,
In all honesty,
it's got genetically modified sugar cane in it. You ken that, don't you?
aye. What
And
isn't genetically modified these days?
That's very true. That's very true. But come on, a chocolate bar used to be chocolate cocoa beans that were crushed up and some sugar and milk was added. Now it's got all these crazy, weird stuff added to it.
Yeah.
You know? What's that? Louise is saying they can vegan. What's that? You can try fake meat. Aye, fake meat. Aye.
Oh yeah.
This is something. This is something that really.
I was like,
really
oh wait,
annoys-
we
this is
talking about the
something
vegan fake meat that's out there? Dear
Aye,
Lord.
this is something. What is the point of saying vegan ham when they go on about it so much? Right? Why not call it something else? Right? Why do they have to call it ham? Okay, I mean, have you ever tried vegan ham? It's like fucking cardboard with fucking the most disgusting thing I've ever.
Sorry, I just saw Stephanie's comment.
I bought some Reese's eggs Was that this is
Today. Don't
eggs
ruin it
today?
for me. Damn it.
I'm just saying it's got genetically modified sugar in it, and everything's genetically modified. It's in it. That's what I'm just saying. Don't blame me if you wake up one morning with diabolical stomach pains, and that's all I'm going to say about that. Maybe I was eating too many. Maybe I ate too many that day. It was a six pack. The cups, right? And you know what it's like when you start eating that. Look, it's crazy stuff. Peanut butter's
Yeah,
good,
no,
right? But there's too much sugar in that now. I've cut away doing that. That chocolate bar, I've had that chocolate bar for ages. I mean, I have cut back quite a bit. I mean, the only thing, this stuff that I'm drinking, bar shandy, right? There's no alcohol in it before anybody says that there's alcohol in it. I mean, you can't make this stuff up, by the way. I mean, look at the ingredients in the back here. I mean, it's all Enos. I mean, I just don't know anymore.
Honestly, I think that's just shorthand because it's just so they can still get away with listing everything, but they don't have enough room on the fucking package.
What's that? CDSP goes just. What's that? Take a Reese. But there you go. No, I can't. Maybe I've ate too many of them over the years. I don't know. I just can't take them anymore. I think it's something that I think it's changing. I think it's definitely changing. See, everything you eat now, it's changing.
You
I
can
think they're
taste
trying
it.
to kill us. You can. I can. I've got a dream about Reese's peanut butter cups tonight. See, they're actually the shop near me. They're selling big ones that size. Big ones,
Aye.
whole big ones. For like $4 something or something.
Yeah, you can get like 3-pound ones.
Look, it's all right
No, 3 pound
to have
has some
one
weight.
noon again. It's all right to have one noon again, right? But no, I can folk out there that's guts in the bloody things, and then they complain that they're no feeling well.
Right.
I mean, what's that? A genie bean? What's the CDS? About now. Jelly beans. You have no idea the amount of numbers that's in them.
Oh yeah.
You have no idea. The colorings, the food colorings, oh my God.
Aye.
I think we'll have to try and stop putting. I mean, some of these ads are either all right. I used to eat them when I was a kid, but then it makes me wonder: is this why I've got all these health problems now? Because of that, yeah.
Maybe.
Because I'm no drinker. I don't drink. I have an Irish cream at Christmas, and that's that. That's that. I mean, it's not as if what.
Stephanie gonna kill you. Stephanie gonna kill you.
Now I got to start on my jelly beans but come on, it depends if they're. What's that famous make of jelly beans? What's the famous make?
Oh God.
Oh, what is that?
I usually don't eat jelly beans, so fuck.
Oh, what's the famous make of jelly beans, guys? Jenny, Louise, what's the famous make jelly beans?
Ladies, come on, help us. Candy, you should know this.
Candy.
Oh, I'm gonna get myself slapped.
Right, I'll jump off the jelly beans and I'll go into what else? I will say my downfall is right. There is one thing that I do like to eat: Nutella chocolate spread.
Edibles.
Nutella,
Yeah.
everybody likes an edible.
Jelly
Nutella
belly.
chocolate spread, right? Nutella chocolate spread. Thank you, Jelly Belly. I mean, Roundtrees, Jenny. Roundtrees. Oh my God, I'm getting hungry.
Oh
here.
dear God. We're gonna have to put a diabetes warning up in this episode, motherfucker.
I'm partial to Pop Tarts. You like Pop Tarts?
Not really, no.
You never had a tart, no? You never had a
I
Pop-Tart?
have had Pop Tarts. I'm not really a fan.
Yeah. You know,
They would not be my first choice.
He's worried here in case I start bringing up his would you call it his pole dancing career? See, I tell you, I would mention it, Jenny.
Yeah, no, she was asking it at about the beginning of the episode.
I know for some weird reason the bloody chat doesn't work from my end. I don't know what's that. What's that galactic Stardust, the
Oh God,
waffle
waffle.
crisp. What? What's this
Why
new
should
thing?
it be the ladies? I have sisters, Lawrence. I know.
Not a good way, but I'll tell you,
The number of
maple
times I
syrup.
walked into a house with a couple chocolate bars held like a crucifix because I knew a woman was pissed at me.
Maple syrup. What's your opinion on maple syrup
Oh God. Well,
and pancakes?
Oh God.
Drizzled. Look at like molten. Imagine like a different layer of
This is a
pancakes, maybe
bad
3 or 4,
discussion to have before
and
I'm
then
supposed
look,
to have dinner.
and then look molten like would you call it maple syrup? It's just lovely, you know. Guys, I'm eating marshmallow pie. I've never had marshmallow pie. Only food.
Oh, don't get started on. Don't get started on the marshmallows.
Hot chocolate with marshmallows in it. We need to bring out a cooking program.
Fuck.
What? You never had marshmallows in your?
I'm getting
hot chocolate?
hungry, man.
Have you never had your? You ever had?
I'm a big man. If I get hungry, it's not good.
I wish these could smell this. By the way, this is. Oh, it's like. Let me show you a wee bit of it. A wee bit of it.
It's
really bad for you. It's really bad for you. You shouldn't eat things like that. I'm doing it for scientific.
Yeah, it's really bad for you. I better dispose of it.
I'll tell you something new. They're sweet. See, sugar's a drug.
Have you ever sat like a bit of Hershey's on top of when you make a hot chocolate and just have it like melt into the chocolate?
Oh my God. Huh. Emerald Isle Panel, but I had that too, hot chocolate cream and marshmallows. Cooking with Jenny coming to Baldwin Bonkers.
Why do I?
Oh, Jesus Christ, and all is flipping holy.
Well, that explains why she's on this show.
You love nuts? I do like salty nuts. This is just slowly spiraling out of control.
Slowly?
What's that galactic stardust? I just did maple syrup. It tastes too Saturday.
Taster.
Oh,
You're in trouble with Jenny.
What's this, Chris? Well, you never had salty nuts. Cashew nuts, they're good.
Yeah.
What? Chocolate nuts. What do you call it? Is it an almond?
Baldwin Bonkers chocolate bar.
Aye.
There's a thought.
Aye.
Oh, I
Baldwin
wonder.
Bonkers chocolate bar.
Oh, Lawrence just gave me an idea.
Aye, we could have it bald on the outside and smooth on the inside. The chili, the chili honey ones. You ever had a? This just turned into a mad show tonight, talking about sweeties and stuff like that. I know. Talk about ice cream next if you want. Well, me and Lulu loves honey. What's that? Me and Lulu love honey coated.
Honey coated butts? Really?
Really? I didn't
really?
I didn't ken you were into that, Jenny. I didn't ken you were into that kind of thing. How do you coat your button? How do you coat your butt in honey? How do you coat your butt in honey? Do you like
I don't think you would want to do that too much with a bunch of dogs nearby.
You need to watch in the summertime, by the way. All the flies would stick to it.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God. Jenny, your thought. Oh, my God.
Wow.
You know, we should
definitely learning a lot today, aren't we?
Well, look, Jenny's allowed to do what she wants. She's a grown woman.
Hey. Whatever floats your boat. Whatever floats your boat. We're not here to judge.
I,
Personally, we
Jenny's
may
went all
make a few
quiet. Jenny's.
jokes, but we're not here to judge.
If you're into that kind of thing, you must get quite a lot of honey. Get what I mean? Honey's nice. I like honey. You ever tried? Is it the maca honey or whatever it's called? For like what's
Your
it called? It's
maca
a
honey.
It's I'm pronouncing it wrong.
When
It's
did this turn into a foodie episode? Dear Lord.
paranormal food. I'm telling you, that's a new show. Paranormal food.
Not really. Didn't Zach Bagans do a cooking show?
No, we need to cooking show. We need to have Jenny. I mean, Jenny and Louise, where we talk about like wines and chocolate and honey and all that kind of stuff. What's that? Manuka honey. Thank you. I'm Scottish and I'm daft, so Manuka honey is really good.
Well,
Really, really, really nice. You know. So coming soon, it's Cooking with Dakota. So Dakota, what are you cooking tonight?
I don't know yet. God, if
God,
I would hate to ever get stoned
How?
because
Stones? I suppose if you were back in like the 1600s, you get stoned all the time. You would definitely get stoned for the thing you were a witch or something like that, you know.
right?
With strawberry preserve. See, bagels are nice, right? But I can't put anything sweet on bagels. Yeah.
Now I'm starting to drool. God damn it.
And here's one for you: Nutella chocolate spread. Everybody's heard the Nutella chocolate spread.
Oh yeah,
Do you know what they
Nutella's
sell near
getting
me?
everywhere.
Nutella ice cream.
There's
And
this
do you
one
know what else?
creamery not too far from me that makes Doritos ice cream.
Do you know what else they can buy? I don't know if it's just Scotland you can get it, but Bailey's Irish Cream Ice Lollies.
I
Ice
think
cream.
I've seen a couple of those here around the holidays.
Mm-hmm. So, well, we should do that. We should do that once. We should do a cooking, but you could dress you as a chef, you know. So tonight, Dakota cooks us something interesting, you know. I mean, the galactic people up there bound to eat, take it. I mean,
Well, they have replicators that make a meal based on your
Oh
DNA.
my god! Can you imagine
They
if I
do.
had a bit of yeah, I would. Jesus Christ! You needed one of the Chinooks to lift me out the house.
No, the food. No, the food they can cook. It tastes good. It's good for your. It adjusts to your system. Tastes good, and it's actually really filling. And that's me saying that.
There's honeycomb ice cream or rum and raisin. Oh my god, Jenny. Oh god. That sounds good to
No, Dakota's stomach.
Look, we'll have to think about doing a special show on food. I'm telling you, paranormal in the kitchen, we could call it. Where Dakota goes to like a bagel
Why
factory.
paranormally in the kitchen? It's like, come on, it's smaller than
Paranormal
Bonkers. We gotta work some sort of funky name like that. Paranormal in the kitchen. Just slapping paranormal in front of anything. That has got to be some of the laziest fucking naming I've ever heard.
That would be good to have a meal based on your DNA. So, what's your
It
favorite
is
meal
actually-
then, Dakota? What's your favorite meal?
There, with those kind of meals that I like to start just talking about, it's almost like its consistency is almost kind of like Jell-O, but it's actually probably several times healthier for you.
Okay.
They say get local honey if you suffer from allergies.
Aye. Yep. And it's true. Did you know that diabetics can eat honey more than sugar?
Aye.
Yeah. Honey's brilliant. I do like honey. Honey and toast. I mean, that's my staple there. You know? But Jenny likes her honey tea, you know.
Clearly. Honey coated butts. Wow.
Oh my god.
Learn something new every day.
Yeah. So, Dakota, show next Saturday. What's the name? I need to find them really quick.
It's like Lost Souls, I think.
Lost Souls, I think it is. Let me go to the old calendar, the old calendar where I was typing in everything wrong,
As usual.
What do you mean? It's Rick McCallum Sunday night. It's Rick McCallum and Lost Souls. So we'll watch that.
Yeah, didn't you say that he had some sort of UFO experience?
Yes, he did. He did when he was out ghost hunting.
Let's see. That's a Saturday. That following Sunday, Chris is going to be off.
Yep.
So
Dakota's got to be doing a cooking show.
No. Hey, I'm just going to say this right now. You make fun of me, but a lot of my skills came from trying to impress ladies.
Well, yeah, I didn't care you were into pole dancing. That's a new one in me.
That was a bachelorette party.
I mean, I'm telling you, I didn't know it.
I know I wasn't drunk. I just had a lot of very drunk women talk me into it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why you took the classes. Mm-hmm.
That's not the type of classes I was talking about.
Okay, it's all coming out now, ladies and gentlemen. It's all coming out now.
Hey, don't be hating on me because I know how to move it.
See, that's true about Louise and Jenny are talking about it. I get hay fever and I've taken honey, and it definitely helps.
Aye.
So, ladies and gentlemen, are you getting any shows this week, Dakota? Any strange shows?
Nah, I'm working on a little something on the side, but we'll see how that turns out.
So everybody, thank you for coming, and I hope you all have a fantastic week. Hopefully I'll try and do a video through the week because sometimes Jenny's doing a show. We'll go to Jenny's show tomorrow night. We'll be talking about tomorrow night again, Jenny. I think we're just talking about EVPs or something like that. I don't know what we're talking about. I can't remember. Gone daft, Excellent show. Thanks everyone. Dots.
So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, a while ago now.
Thank you very much, everybody, for coming, and we'll see you all in the future, won't we? Next week.
We'll see y'all next time. Much love. Take care. Lots of interesting little projects coming up. Nothing that Chris just suggested. So be safe. Take care. Much love.
Oh, you've changed.